dear boys and girls. So we would like to express our heartily gratitude to you all for joining our SB series class. We are very happy that you all are enthusiastic to learn Srimad Bhagavatam. So before we begin today, I would like to do Mangalasharan prayers. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नस्तप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी। जयतां सुरतो पंगोर्मम मंदमतेर्गतिः मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्बोजो राधा मदन मोहनो। दिव्यादरन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नाकरसिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधा शिलागोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्ठालिभिसेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भे वंशीवत ततस्थितः कर्षणवेणुस्वनिर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रियेस्तु नः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णया कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्न गौरात्तुसे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna again, everyone. So yesterday we launched our new program called Systematic Study of Srimad Bhagavatam for Children, in which we introduced lesson 1 about introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam, in which you have learned what is Srimad Bhagavatam, what is the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam, some glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, like that. Today, we will begin lesson 2. The title of lesson 2 is Qualities of Krishna. Okay. So before we go to, this Qualities of Krishna is based on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Verse 1. So before we go there, I would like to present to you, want to share a screen, the whole Canto 1 summary. Okay. So let me see. Okay, so can you all see that? Okay, so This is the, yesterday we said that the all 12 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam are compared with the bodily parts of Lord Krishna. So canto 1 and 2, they are compared with the two lotus feet of Krishna. You can see the lotus feet of Krishna, which has a transcendental marks on them. Okay. Then we divide first canto in 4 major parts. Like you see that preface is there, introduction is there, and then 1, 2, 3 chapters. Sutta to sages. Sutta will talking to sages in Naimisaranya. Okay. Then 4, 5, 6, they are Narad to Vyas. Narad is speaking to Vyas. Then in 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that is disappearance of Sri Krishna and his associates. Okay. And then 16, 17, 18, 19, appearance of Srimad Bhagavatam. Means Parikshit Maharaj got cursed. Those who have attended, they know that Parikshit Maharaj is cursed. Sukdev Goswami came, you know, and that is how Srimad Bhagavatam got started. Okay. So now you can say Canto 1 in preface, Prabhupada gives some very nice information that since Srimad Bhagavatam was Srila Prabhupada's life's work, its preface is also a preface to his life and institution such as ISKCON. So Canto 1 introduction is basically the book has a 35-page biography of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which will not go in detail, but this is just for your introduction. So Canto 1 is a preface to the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. In a preface, what we find, purpose of the book, qualification of the speaker, qualification of the listener, and circumstances under which the book was produced. Okay. So we can see who is principal speaker of Bhagavatam. We learn Sukdev Goswami is the principal speaker of Bhagavatam. You can Sukdev Goswami. The next one, who is the principal listener of Srimad Bhagavatam? Maharaj Parikshit. And then under what circumstances was it produced? So we can say that arrival of the Kali Yuga. Okay. And what is the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam? To give shelter in Kali Yuga. Okay. So in Canto 1, 1, 2, 3 are questions of the sages of Naimisaranya. Okay. And then 4 to 6, Vyasadeva was unhappy even after compiling all the Vedas, but Narad instructed him to compile Srimad Bhagavatam, and that would satisfy his hankering. Okay. And then you can see chapter 7 to 15 are the disappearance of Krishna and his associates. Okay. So after that, here is the summary of what we had said. Image 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, birth of Parikshit, travel to Dwarka, and many years later, we have that. And here you can see Canto 1, preface introduction, chapter 16 to 19 are the meeting of Maharaj Parikshit, the personality of Kali, and Sukdev Goswami. So this sets the scene for the birth of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so you can see in summary, this is what we have. Sutta to sages 1 to 3 chapter, Narad to Vyas 4 to 6, 7 to 15 disciples of Sri Krishna and his associates, and 16, 17, in last 4 chapters appearance of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so now I will stop sharing screen, and Mataji will share the screen and show us the verse that we're gonna do today. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1. chapter 1, verse 1. We will go through that. Okay, so here you can see, we will, can you all read that? It may be smaller print, but okay. So today we are beginning actual Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Verse 1, in which the qualities of Sri Krishna are mentioned. So first of all, I will recite the verse, explain it to you, and then we will also learn about the qualities of Krishna. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadi Asya Yato Anavaya Itaratas Charte Suyabi Naswarat Tene Brahma Radayadikavaye Muhyantiyat Surayah Tejo Vari Mrudam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Tri Sargo Mrusa Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. So, this verse explained that Srila Vyasadeva is offering his obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. It is explained, Janma Adi Yasya. So, as we notice in this verse, Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya means son of Vasudev. You see the Va and Va. Va is Vasudev, his father. Vasudev is Krishna himself. So, Krishna is mentioned here indirectly. Okay. Janma Adi Yasya Yato Anvayad. So, Janma Adi means his creation, sustenance, and destruction. Okay. So, and his foremost two qualities are mentioned in the first line, Abhigna and Swarat. We're going to go through all these qualities, but Abhigna means he's knowing everything. He's omniscient, knowledge of everything. And Swarat means he's fully independent, okay? And second line says that Tene Brahmadadi Kavaye Muhyanti Yat Suraya, that he has given this Vedic knowledge. Brahma means Vedic knowledge, Radha, in his heart. So Lord Krishna gave Lord Brahma in his heart the Vedic knowledge. Adi Kave is the address to Lord Brahma because he is the original living being, you know. And Muhyanti Yat Suraya means he bewilders, he illusions the sages and demigods. And we're going to see how he get, Brahma get illusion by the activity of Krishna. We will see in a few minutes. Then he says, Tejo Vari Mrudam Yatha Vinima Yatra Tri Sargo Musa. This is like a representation of the illusion, you know. Sometimes you see water in place of land, land in place of water. If you remember Mahabharata story, when Duryodhana was invited in Yudhishthira's palace, you know, the palace was constructed by Vishwakarma in such a way that it was so opulent. And not only that, if you are not careful, you know, you will mistaken by, you know, so that's what happened to Duryodhana. You know, when there was no water, he was taking his clothes up. And when there is, water, he was not taking clothes off. So he was kind of an illusion by the illusory representation of the design of that palace, particular palace, So that is what had happened there. So I will just briefly read the translation of this verse, and then we will move onward. O my Lord Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primal cause of all causes of creation, sustenance, and destructions of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representation of water seen in fire or land seen in water. You will see also such things in the desert, Sometimes on the road, because of the sun sign, you will feel that there is some water, but in reality, there is no water. Only because of him do the material universe is temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. So we'll see quickly his qualities that is described in this verse. Okay. Number one is Param Satyam, means he is absolute truth. Second is Abhigna. Abhigna means fully cognizant. He is omniscient. Sarvagna, a knower of everything. Then Swarat means fully independent. And all pervading means he is everywhere, omnipresent. Even in a small atom, he is there. So it is called omnipresent. So it's omniscient, omnipresent. Then divine, he is transcendental to the three modes of material nature. He is all attractive. He is very beautiful. And asamurdhva means there is nobody equal to him or greater than him. And all perfect means he is completely purna. Just like in Isopanishad, it says, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Like that. He is purna, all perfect. He is supremely intelligent. And he is omnipotent also. Means he possesses full strength. Okay, so we'll see now how he bewilders the Brahma according to his prime. The pastime is called Brahma Vimohana Lila. Okay, so before that, I would like to mention that his Sad Aishwarya Purna means he possesses 6 opulences, which we're going to discuss when we go to the verse. And also, Krishna has 3 energies that is described in this verse. Is like Chit Sakti means spiritual energy, Maya Sakti material energy, and Jeev Sakti means marginal energy, means living being. Under that category we fall. And the spiritual energy, he creates and maintains spiritual world. And material energy, he creates material universes. And marginal energy, he manifests all liberated and conditioned souls. Okay. And the first verse, he says, Om Namo. So A-U-M, these 3 letters represent our relationship with Lord Krishna, which is Sambandha, our activities by Lord, Lord Krishna, which is Abhideya, means process. And the third one is Prayojan, means goal to attain pure love of God. And then after we see the Brahma Vimohana Lila pastime, then we will go to the verse which explains the 6 opulences. So basically, we know that Srimad Bhagavatam begins with the definition of the ultimate source, who is Krishna. himself, you know. So now I will share with you the Brahma Vimohan Lila, and we will go through that Lila and we will understand how he was illusion. Okay, let me see how okay, so Brahma Vimohan Lila. Okay. Okay, so here we go. You see Brahma Vimohan Lila. This is the pastime of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. You see the picture, there is an Aghasur. Aghasur, big fat snake, you know, and it is described that they are mystic, you know, his jaws open up. So the upper jaw is touching the sky and lower jaw is on the earth, you know, like that. Anyway, so what it says here that after saving his friends from the mouth of Aghasur, so what we're gonna learn today about Brahma Vimohan, which happened after Krishna killed Aghasur. So he saved his friend from the mouth of Aghasur. Lord Krishna brought them closer to the Yamuna river and said, "My dear friends, this is a nice place to eat lunch and play on the soft sandy beach. Let us have our lunch right here. It is already late and we are all so hungry. The calves can stay nearby to drink water from the river and eat the soft grass here." You can see that. So after killing Aghasur, he requested his friend to let's sit down on a sandy place here on the bank of Yamuna and enjoy our lunch. And meanwhile, the cows can herd by themselves. There is a green grass around this area, you know, and we can enjoy our lunch. So that was the scenario here. Sitting down on the ground in a circle, they began to open their lunch boxes. Lord Sri Krishna was sitting in the middle. You can see that. Now notice that on that day, Balaram wasn't there. And that was a reason for that, why he wasn't there. Because he wants to perform this Lila, you know. Okay, so Lord Sri Krishna was sitting in the middle. In his left hand, he held a lump of food made with yogurt, butter, rice, and pieces of fruit. So, you know, basically in your hand, between the fingers, he puts all, you know, like pickles and fruits and like that, you know. So he's very funny boy. Flying in now, during that time, flying in airplane above them in the sky, many demigods watch the boys. And in among them, the Lord Brahma was also there. And he was also enjoying that scene. Now you can see here that what happened. Meanwhile, what happened? The calves had walked much too deep into the forest, and the boys were afraid their calves were lost. So they cried out, "Krishna, Krishna." Just by calling out Krishna at once, they felt safe from any danger. This is their experience every day, you know, when they were playing and herding the cows, and danger comes, they shout, "Krishna, Krishna," and you know, Krishna will relieve their misery. So Krishna said, "My dear friends, please do not worry. Sit right here. I will look for the calves myself while you eat your lunch." So what happened? While they were taking lunch, the calves were grazing and they went away, and Lord Brahma stole them. Okay, we'll see how, and he hid them somewhere. So now Lord Brahma stole Krishna's friends and cows, thinking him to be a mere boy. So when Brahma saw this pastime, that such a boy, you know, simple coward, can he be a god? You know, he was under illusion, you know. So that is how Lord Krishna, by his pastimes, bewilders even demigods like Lord Brahma, you know. So somehow Lord Brahma stole all the calves and cowherd boys and took them to another place where they slept. Now, though Lord Krishna looked for them, he could not find them anywhere. So Krishna thought, How can I go back alone to Vrindavan? Their mother will be so sad, if the boys will not be there. The cows will be worried about, cows will not be happy if the calves will not go there, like that. So he was thinking like that. And then what Krishna did is expanded the boys and calves. He is Supreme Personality of God. That is how we can see that Lord Krishna is the only Bhagavan. He is the only God. So Brahma stole the original boys and calves, but he created, you can see that here, Krishna made himself into exact copies of each and everybody and the calf. And they were just like each and every one of the lost calves and friends in their different sizes, colors, faces, clothes, ornaments, everywhere. You cannot even recognize. So when they went home, their mother could not even recognize. So when Krishna went back to the village of Vrindavan, no one knew what had happened. All the calves went their cow shed, and the boys went to their own mothers and homes, and the mothers bathed them, put tilak, ornament, and gave them their dinner after the day's work as usual. So there was no difference, and they are not feeling it. They were same, created same thing. So actually the cows' love for their calves and the gopis' love for their boys grew even more, just like their love for Krishna. And why that happened? Because that in expanded from, that is Krishna himself. And it is said that all the gopis were thinking that when I will be able to, serve Krishna, or when I will be able to, they wanted the association of Krishna very closely. They want to feed them, and also the calves. So they were, it was some unusual thing, but they could not figure it out. The gopis have a more love for their children, and naturally, because their children were not their children, they were in expanded form, they were Krishna himself. Similarly, calf, they were also expanded form of Krishna, and a mother cow, were relishing. And you can see Krishna explains Balaram what happened next day. So one day what happened, this was going on for about a year, And Krishna and Balaram went out with the boys and calves. They saw the cows up on the top of Govardhan, run down the hill of their calves with great love. The men also were thinking of their children with tears of love in their eyes. Balaram saw this and thought, this must be Krishna's tree. When Balaram can recognize, he is also next to Bhagwan like that, Balaram is expansion of Lord Krishna. So he noticed, other people could not notice it, but yes, something strange is going on. He noticed that thing. And then he understood that it is Krishna's thing. Nobody but Krishna can do this thing, So he understood that all those boys and calves were really forms expanded from Krishna. Now, Lord Brahma confused here. So how he confused, let's say. Krishna explained Balaram what happened on his birthday, right? He did not come on that day because it was his birthday on that day. So now Krishna is revealing. So while Krishna and Balaram were talking, Lord Brahma came back to see the fun made by his stealing the boys and calves. So he was surprised to see them. All they were there, because he took them. So he went there where he hid them and saw they were there. When he came here, he saw them, they were all there. So this is the bewilderment of Krishna, Brahma, and you can see from Lord Krishna's pastime. So he's thinking that I just took all these boys and their calves from here, and I know they were still sleeping in another place. So how can the same boys and calves all still be there playing with Krishna? So now Lord Krishna bewilders Brahma. Now again he bewilders. How he does it? Then Brahma saw something. This is what Krishna's trick. Brahma was thinking like that, And then Brahma expanded all these boys and calves into four-handed Vishnu form to further bewilder Lord Brahma. So Krishna changed all those boys and calves into beautifully decorated four-arm Vishnu form. Then they all turned back into cowherd boys, and the cows through they just been seen as a Vishnu form. Then you can say Brahma comes down from his swan, and now he realized. So he got down from his great swan carrier and fell just like a golden stick to offer his respectful obeisances as he remembered the wonderful sight he had seen. He cried with joy and fell and rose again and again for a long time. He offered prayers to Lord Krishna. This is how his swan, his carrier is there, he get down and he's offering prayer. You can see that. Four-handed Brahma. Lord Brahma said, and you are just like a village boy, carrying food. So, I was under impression, so I was trying to test you, but, you're really a God. So this is how Lord Brahma's prayers is here, and Brahma's prayer to Lord Krishna continues. Then Lord Krishna's friends now back beside the Yamuna river, and they were eating lunch as they were doing it before, So Krishna smiled and sat down. So this is the little story and presentation of how Lord Krishna bewilders his friend. I mean, how Lord Krishna bewilders Lord Brahma. Okay. So we will recap the opulences that we have learned, and sorry, the qualities, and then we come to opulence. The qualities are absolute truth, fully cognizant, fully independent, omnipresent, he's transcendental, he's divine, all attractive, he's no one equal to him or greater than him, and he's all perfect, supremely intelligent, and omnipresent. Now, the verse that you're gonna do today represent these 6 opulences, and we're gonna practice that verse now. Okay, but you should know that also Krishna has 3 energies, as I discussed before: spiritual energy, material energy, and marginal energy. Okay, so with spiritual energy, he maintains spiritual world. Material energy, he creates material world, and with marginal energy, he manifests the liberated and conditioned soul. Okay. So the 6 opulences are, okay, Mataji, can you share the sheet of that sloka? Or maybe let me see if I can. Okay, maybe I have it here.
Which
okay, yeah, okay, I have it here. Okay, so this is the verse we practiced yesterday. Okay, so today we're going to go. Oh, how do I change? It is not scrolling up.
Can you give me?
Oh, okay, it's coming. Okay, so today in lesson 2, we're gonna practice this verse. Okay. Okay, so please recite after me. Aishwaryasya samagrasya. So, oh, Mataji, you can take 10 people. I don't know how many they are there. You can group them, and so they can recite after me.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So please raise your hands. I will unmute 5 or 6 participant at a time. So you will recite with Prabhuji. Yeah. Shlok, please unmute yourself. Varshini, please unmute yourself. Pratyush, please unmute yourself. Ramachandra, please unmute yourself. And Josna, please unmute yourself. Josna. Yes, Prabhuji, you can start.
Okay, you are ready? Aishwaryasya samagrasya Viryasya yasasah sriyah Jnanavairagyaschaiva Sannam bhag itingana. One more time. Aishwaryasya samagrasya Viryasya yasasah sriyah Jnanavairagyaschaiva Annam bhag itingana. Next group.
Okay. So the next one is Tishya. Please unmute yourself. Tishya. Govindo, please unmute yourself. Ishani, please unmute yourself. Aditi and Amla, please unmute yourself. Aditi and Amla, please unmute yourself. Good. And Keshav is unmute yourself. Samrat Das, please unmute yourself. Aradhita, please unmute yourself. Yes. Yes, Prabhuji. I think two more are, I unmute them also. Nehashri, please unmute yourself. Nehashri. Okay. Bhumi, please unmute yourself. Varun Kasturi, please unmute yourself.
Okay. Aishwaryasya samagrasya Viryasya yasasah sriyah Jnanavairagyaschaiva Sannam bhag itingana. One more time. Aishwaryasya samagrasya Viryasya yasasah sriyah Jnanavairagyaschaiva Sannam bhag itingana. Do we have next group, Mataji, or?
Hare Krishna. Is anybody didn't get their turns? Please raise your hands so we will take one by one.
How many we have?
Mataji, I already did it. You unmuted me.
Yes. Who's got their turns? Please mute yourself. Yash, Arjun, okay, two. And any other, like Nihal, you didn't get your chance. Please unmute yourself. Nihal.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Please hold on. You have to recite. Navaneet, please unmute yourself. Navaneet. Navaneet, please unmute yourself. Okay. Some is done. Please unmute yourself. Suraj, please. Suraj, please unmute yourself. Suraj. Varuni and Vrachas, please unmute yourself. Varshini, please unmute yourself. Varshini. Varun Kasturi. And
Mataji, I just went.
okay. And please unmute yourself. Trishya. Yash. Safir. Samrat Das. Please unmute yourself. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Aradhita, you didn't get your chance. Please unmute yourself.
Mataji,
Aishwarya samagrasya
Aishwaryasya samagrasya
Viryasya yasasya kriyaha
Viryasya yasasasriya
Jnana vairagyoschaiva
Jnana vairagyayoschaiva
Annam bhaga itingana.
Annam bhaga itingana.
More time. Aishwarya
Aishwaryasya samagrasya
Viryasya Jnana vairagyoschaiva Sannam
bhaga itingana.
There's a lot of background noise. I don't know. Is there anybody left, Mataji?
Prabhuji, as of now.
Okay. If everybody is out, you can unmute them so that I can explain this verse. Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody. Again. Okay. So this verse here, you will get this sheet also. It contains lesson 1, lesson 2, verse 2 memorize, and also the homework questions. So the particular verse that we practiced today, Aishwaryasya, means wealth, opulence or wealth. Aishwaryasya. Samagrasya means in full, complete. Okay. Viryasya means strength. Yasasaha means fame. And Sriyaha means beauty. Gyan, knowledge. Vairagya, renunciation. So these are the 6. So you can say full wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. These are the 6 opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, the history behind that is there is a Parasar Muni, who is the father of Srila Vyasdev. He has given this definition. Bhaga means opulence. Van means one who possesses. Bhagavan. That is Bhagavan. Just like you say someone possesses money, we say Dhanavan, right? Like that. So Gunavan, if somebody have qualities, we say Gunavan. So this is like Bhagavan means person who possesses these 6 opulences in full. Now you may find some people in this world may be very rich, but they may not be as rich as Krishna. Okay. So similarly, all opulences, some may have in some degree, but they are not to the fullest extent. But Krishna possesses them at the fullest extent. And then there are homework questions that you are given here. Name any 5 qualities of Krishna, describe functions of three energies of Krishna. And the third question is, what are the four qualities that nobody have? So this is your homework questions for lesson 2. So now it's time for me to ask you questions. Briefly, I will ask you all these questions. So whoever can answer, I will stop sharing. Whoever can answer, they can raise their hand and Mataji will call your name and you can unmute yourself and answer it, okay? And then you can ask me the questions also. So let us see, my question number 1 is, to whom Srila Vyasadeva offers his obeisances?
Who knows this answer, please raise your hand. So we will take one by one.
Lord Sri Krishna, and establishes the fact that he is the only Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? He plays flute, which attract everyone, and he has exquisite beauty. This fourth nobody have. So this is for your general information that Brahma possesses up to 50 quality. Lord Shiva possesses up to 55 quality. And Lord Vishnu, who are expansion of Krishna, possess 60. But the last 4 is 64. So the 4 is only Lord Krishna possesses, no one else possesses. Okay? This is for your general information. You will get a sheet with your homework for your information.
Can you
now,
repeat, Prabhuji?
Yeah, the number 1 is he performs wonderful activities. He is surrounded by his devotees or associates. He plays flute, which attracts everyone. And he has exquisite beauty.
Thank you.
Okay. So now it's time for you people to ask questions next week. And we'll go further. We will have verse 2 and 3 next week. Okay, so we will end the class here. Srimad Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha krupa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Bye.